What up? What up? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, the best bet for the show was a nasty, nasty loser. That dog was a little bit too dirty. But
Which one?
overall, we went 2-1. It was the Grizzlies. It was a
Oh, you
terrible.
took the 15 and a half?
Yeah.
I thought
And
about it myself.
they were down by 20, like when I blinked in the beginning of the game. But overall, profitable day. So we'll try to keep that going. I believe my last 181 plays in the association, we're hitting 59.6%. So try to keep that going here today. And we got Kyle joining us. I feel like whenever we do a show together, it's been profitable. I don't think we've had a losing day together.
Well, I
So
know the first day that you came on my show, you went like 7-1 and I went 6-2, and both of our top bets went 2-0 or so. It was crazy. So yeah, we've had a good track record for sure.
and we you mentioned this off the stream, but he's saying you've been in a little bit of a slump. Not nothing too crazy.
Well, last week was a slump for sure. I lost like 5 or 6 units last week. This week, I mean, 2-2, 1-2, 2-2. I'm not getting smoked or anything. It just in comparison to what was going on with me January and February and the beginning of March, it's not as good. But I'm confident it'll turn around. Small sample size, and a couple of these, like a lot of these games are coin flips at the end, and game bets that I was winning being on the right side of the coin flip at the end are not going my way now. And that's just part of gambling, man. Sometimes you
Right.
could be on the right side and it loses. Sometimes you could be on the wrong side and it wins. So there's a lot of variance to it.
Well, it's gonna happen. I mean, I know you were up. You were up like 60 units around the
40.
last time. 40. Okay. And that's still awesome. That's still great. So even to be up that much after a slump is amazing work. And we're gonna break the slump today. We're gonna come with some winners. We'll talk them out really quick. The chat. I'd like to shout you guys out. Y'all went 18 and 10 yesterday as far as your best bets for the show. And I'll shout out some of the winners. Mario C went with that NBA party guy trend. Pacers Clippers over. We had Tim, or no, I'm sorry, we had football coach going with the Pacers +6, VC3 had Chicago State +4.5, still finding some money in college, even though it's not the big tournament. Ray D'Amico went with the Pacers. Darren Turner cashed on the Cavs. You had Glenn Walker take the Sixers and Kings game under. That was a nice call. And Slick G-Man just made it with the Nets. So did JB. He cast the Nets as the best bet. Siete Couture said he usually does a money line parlay, but he just took the -9.5 for the Kings and it paid off. D Rose the Legend was another one on the party guy over with the Clippers and Pacers. Official Gym Class Podcast. Man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jalen Green over 26.5 points. Nice one there. And then Vaughn, this one was sweat free. If you bet the full game, you sweat it. But he bet the first half Celtics team total, and that was easy. I mean, what they have like 40 something in the first quarter, it was easy. And then they just kind of took their foot off the gas. So nice work by the chat. And we only have 4 games on the slate today.
They're good
So
though.
they are good. It'll be quick and easy. Hopefully Kyle does the right thing on the Laker game.
If the right thing is fade the Lakers, then yes, I'm doing the right thing.
But we'll get to that one. Let's start with we'll go in rotation order like we always do. 535, 536, Golden State and Miami. Opened up Warriors -2. And we now see them as a 2.5 point favorite. Total open 219 is down to 217.5. As far as the injury report, I only see Jackson Davis game time decision for these Warriors for the Heat. Looks like they'll be without Hero and Duncan Robinson. But Caleb Martin, Kevin Love, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Jimmy Butler, all game time decision. Jimmy Butler looks more like probable. So there's 2 games on this slate that I like the least, and this is one of them.
Same.
This is what I'll say though, before I pass it to you. I want nothing to do with the Warriors. Like I'm about done with this team right now. And it starts with, does Steve Kerr even want them to win? Like they're winning the entire game, and then he just leaves he leaves Steph Curry on the bench for like 11 minutes straight, and the game flipped. And he comes in the interview, says we can't just ride Steph. I mean, you look. This is how I look at it, Kyle. You have Warriors and Lakers both in that 9th and 10th spot in the West, right? They both need to win games. The Warriors in must-win games, they're saying we can't play Steph over 30 minutes. We need the other guys to do something. The Lakers, they're playing LeBron 38 minutes, AD 40 minutes. They're trying to actually win. So when I see the Warriors playing like that, it's no way I can get there with my money. So I guess that makes me lean towards the Heat. And if I had to play the total, Heat have gone under 8 of their last 10 off a win. They're 27 and 11 to the under. I think this one will be a little bit lower scoring. How you feel about it?
Yeah, I actually am holding an under ticket at 218 and a half. So I am bought in
Nice.
on the under. But like you said, I'm right with you in the same boat that this is one of my least favorites. This one and the Sacramento Dallas game were the two that I don't feel like I have a really good grip on. So initially looking at this, I want to be on Miami, same as you. I feel like the wrong team's favored here. But there's all kinds of moving pieces, and you kind of briefly talked about it. The injury question marks in Miami, but Spoelstra's one of those coaches where, I mean, it feels like he could do it with a number of different rotations. He can get the job done. That being said, the Heat aren't really winning. They're not really covering. The Heat have been struggling defensively against jump shooters recently. The strength of the defense as of late has really been protecting the rim, which obviously is a concern here against Golden State, who could definitely shoot the three-point shot. That being said, Miami's still like 13-8 against the spread against teams that shoot the three-point shot, against teams that are top 10 in three-point frequency. So I got to be on Miami here. If you put a gun to my head and force me to pick a side, but this Golden State team, you would think, just like what you just said, you would think, okay, this team's got to be entering desperation mode. This team needs wins right now, but what we're seeing from them doesn't really reflect that. So I don't even really know. Oh, and so I'm leaning towards Heat. I did buy in on the under. The reason I didn't pull the trigger on the Heat is, one, Golden State just kind of has a big question mark next to it for me. So I really don't know what to think of what they're doing. And number two, there's actually a couple people I talked to who I trust that really like Golden State tonight. I'm not really seeing it, but I know that these are people that do their homework and that win. So I don't know. I'm staying off the side. I bought in on the under 218 and a half. Not even really loving that. So under a pass for me.
Well, we're in agreement on that. Only way I could play that total is the under. And couple things I wanted to touch from the chat. Let's see if I can get back up there. UCapper, I want to shout him out. He's the $2 Tuesday handicapper. You get his best bet, $2, and he's hit above 70% the last 2 years on these best bets. There was a couple more comments. James Bond, I did not forget about you. He said never got that cash app. One, when I was looking, I didn't see you message me. I'm not sure where you messaged me at or sent the cash app name to, but I never saw it. So if you could send it again, and I'll get to you. And I was also, it could be my fault. I was really drunk over the March Madness weekend, so my apologies. And other than that, we both like the under in this game, so we'll roll with that.
Ronald, we're good to go for 4. He asked if yeah, I have you penciled in for 4.
All right, y'all can catch Sauce and RC at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will not be on today with Wham Bam Dutch and Babano. So
you can join if you want.
All right, I'll come on over there. I'll be over there. Oh wait, RC's there. Never mind. I'm not.
Going never mind. I got plans. I actually just checked. I got plans.
No, I'll come hang out with y'all. VC3, I appreciate you reminding everybody to hit the like button. So is Bryce Miller, and there's your boy right there. Is he off? Is he back on in the good graces, Kyle?
I wouldn't say good graces. Yeah, I'm keeping him at an arm's length. I'm taking everything he says with a grain of salt.
All right, fair. He's not on the bad list anymore, though.
Yeah, well, he was telling us all to take the Heat against the Pelicans -3 a few nights back. Thank God I didn't listen. I just took the under. Yes, I think Estot's going through it right now. He has my thoughts and prayers. I'll give him that.
All right, before we move to the next game, a question for me. I haven't talked about this in a long time, so I will say it. Rich Homie saying, Skee, if you could go over your ski line, that would be awesome. I haven't even done it in a while. But what it is similar to like a -1 line in hockey or MLB. What you're doing is you're covering your spread bet with a money line bet. So let's say you're betting on the spread, you bet 110 to win 100. Your money line bet would need to win 110. So if that team covers, you win both bets. If they win but don't cover, you get your money back. And if they don't win, you lose outright. So that is what it is. All right, let's move over to the next game. That will be, and here we go, 537, 538. Lakers and Bucks opened up. Bucks. I feel like it was lower than this, but
I
maybe I
got
was
it at
just seeing.
8.
Okay, it opened 8.5
Oh
or
yeah, it
8.
was at 8 for a little because I have a ticket at 8.
It depends where you shop, obviously. I'm not sure what these opening numbers are. I should probably know that,
I don't
but
really trust those opening numbers either. The only reason I know was at 8 because I physically got it at 8. But some of those websites that give you the opening numbers, I never really trust them, to be honest. I feel like they're wrong sometimes.
yeah, I agree. Right now, we're looking at 9.5, though. And you know what? On that note, I think I forgot to put the banner up. I'm slacking today. You guys got to keep me in line over here slacking. Total opened up 234 and it's down to 231.5. As far as the injury report, I should probably refresh here. Patrick Beverly will be out. Looks like Middleton, Marjan, and Giannis are all probable. For the Lakers, they continue to be without Christian Wood, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, LeBron James also missing this game, and Castleton. AD though, he's likely to play, and this makes sense. I mean, I was expecting this. LeBron, like we just talked about, must-win game. He played 38 minutes. The Lakers play again tomorrow. I can understand him needing a day off.
And tomorrow's against a Western Conference team, which technically is more important as far as tiebreakers in the playoff seeding. So I could see it.
Right. And one thing I'll say though is I LeBron out is not a minus for me. I mean, maybe a little bit as far as you still want that star power in there. But the thing I'm saying is the Lakers are still going to play hard. I'll look it up while Kyle's talking, but I'm pretty sure the Lakers' record
It's
without
really good.
LeBron
Against the number, it's good.
since last year's trade deadline has been really good. These
Oh,
guys are going to
I was
come to
just talking
play.
about this year. I know it's good this year.
These guys are going to come to play. They know they got to where they're at in the standings. They know they need wins. They're not taking a night off. So because of that, and because of the lack of defense for the Bucks, I do lean towards the Lakers. I have two other plays I like on this game, but I want to talk about the side with you first. So, how are
Okay.
you feeling about it?
So you're right in a sense that it's not that anyone would say the Lakers are better without LeBron James. The way I describe it is the value of LeBron James being out is overvalued. So oftentimes the line gets pushed too far. And that happens with a lot of superstar players. That's why backup quarterbacks are usually pretty profitable to bet on in football because quarterback goes out, everyone bets the other side. The line moves 8.5
Mhm.
points, and you're like, what? So it's kind of a little bit like that, where LeBron James being out, everyone floods over to the Bucks and inflates that number, which probably is what happened here. LeBron being, I mean, this number is too big. I'm on the Bucks because I like the matchup, but as far as the number, I mean, it's definitely inflated towards the Bucks. I'm going to try something here. Present, share screen, and let me see if this works. Can you guys see my screen right now?
I think I added right here. Let me get it on there. There we go.
You guys can see? All right, cool. So this is a positive for the Lakers right here because the Lakers run a super fast pace, and without LeBron James, they run an even faster pace. Milwaukee on the season 4-16 against the spread against the top 10 in pace. So that's a very strong angle for the Lakers. But after that, it's all Bucks for me here. First of all, what are the Lakers doing offensively? They're attacking the basket. 34% of the Lakers shot attempts in the last 10 games come at the rim. That's what the Lakers have done all season. The Bucks are first in frequency, meaning they're only allowing 19% of their opponent's shot attempts at the basket. They don't let you get in there to take those shots. And on the season, the Lakers against the top 5 defenses in rim frequency, like the Bucks are first, 3-8 against the spread and 2-9 straight up. So the Lakers struggle against these defenses that don't let you get into the basket to take those shots. And right here, on the other side of the court, we got the Bucks offense. What are they doing? They're taking a ton of three-point shots. 33% of their shots come from above the break. They're taking those perimeter threes. We know that's something the Lakers struggle with. And on the season, the Lakers 7-17 against the spread against the top 10 teams as far as who takes the most of those shots. So I really like the matchup. Let's see, stop sharing. Yeah, there we go. So I really like the matchup for the Bucks. So I'm willing to play it. I could bought in at Bucks -8. So I know that I'm taking an inflated line here. This should probably be more like 5.5, even without LeBron. I just like the matchup for Milwaukee, so I still took him.
Fair enough. I can't argue, those numbers you're putting on the screen. The only thing I will say is
Someone said
Bucks.
I'm fading these infographics.
I like this comment. YBB says, liking the Lakers in this economy, though. I like that one. So first, I'll correct myself and say that the Lakers aren't as good as I thought without LeBron. I see 4-5 ATS.
But what? Oh, really? Dude, there was a time I think they were like 4-1 at one time. Maybe
Yeah, they fell off.
when is? Do you have it in front of you? When is the
Yeah, I
game
mean,
against Golden State without him? I think that was in January because I remember when I looked at that time, the Lakers had a good record against the number without LeBron. I remember talking about
season
it.
equals 2023. Let me just get back there. I tried to even look and specify as long as Anthony Davis was playing, and it still didn't really get better. So when they played Golden State,
Yeah, they
it
played him
was
in.
February 22nd, and they lost and did not cover.
Yeah, I had the Lakers in that one. But at the time, the Lakers had a good record against the spread without LeBron. I'm almost positive, unless I was just reading the numbers wrong.
Well, this is what I'll say. From looking at it, to start the year, they weren't good without LeBron, but they've covered and won 3 of the last 4 without LeBron. So maybe
Okay.
that's what we're thinking there. A little bit of the recency in our mind. Reasons why I do not like the Bucks, and this will be familiar. I'm not laying if you're not playing defense, and the Bucks are the second worst defensive team the last 5 games. Having no Patrick Beverly out there, absolutely going to hurt the defense. I think the Lakers guards can do whatever they want. Last time, um, last time Lakers played the Bucks, LeBron didn't play. D'Lo had 44 points. I think like 6 rebounds, 10 assists. I could see the guards going crazy again tonight, and I just know you're going to get the effort from that side. So sounds like Kyle has it in his pocket. I
I
just
do.
have a lean, so you can take that for what it's worth. What I will say is, I like the first half over in this game for a couple reasons. I've already mentioned the pace gets quicker without LeBron. You don't got to worry about him milking the entire shot clock. Less defense for the Bucks perimeter without Patrick Beverly, and you just look at how they've been playing. Um, Lakers are already top 10 in pace last 5 games. I'm sorry, both teams bottom 10 defensive rated teams last 5, and both top 5 offensive rated teams in the same span. So I love that. Lakers have cleared this first half number of 118 and a half, 3 of their last 4 games. And the first half over on the road for the Lakers, 22-9, hitting 71%. So combination of all those things, I think we'll get an up tempo contest. I like this one up and over the 118 and a half mark. And not only that, without LeBron on the court, another stat, D'Lo kills it. He's
Yeah.
averaging, let me get the exact numbers. I know he averages like 10.7 assists, and he's cleared the assist prop is tonight is 7.5. Like he's cleared that every single game without LeBron. He's gonna have a lot of playmaking responsibilities, but even his points could be a look. I think he averaged like 21.5 points without him. I chose to go with assist. I can see him throwing it to AD all night. I can see him just run. He's just gonna run the offense like he usually does. So D'Lo assist, first half over, or what's in my pocket, and Kyle got to the window with the Bucks.
I don't know what to make of this Bucks defense anymore. They were really good, and then they were the worst defense in the league out of nowhere. And then I fade them on Sunday and take Oklahoma City, and they come out and look like the Miami Heat prime defense and hold the OKC to 93 points. So I'm done trying to figure out Milwaukee's defense, man.
What about this? Okay, so the defense was pretty poor all year long, right? We know they don't have a lot of great individual perimeter defenders, but it got better for a stretch. That
Yeah.
was when they traded for Patrick Beverly and were giving him minutes. We know he's a much better defender on the perimeter than anybody else they have out there. Then it came to a point where they were more focused on trying to just work on the 2-man game with Dame and Giannis, and Patrick Beverly's minutes were declining. When his minutes declined, so did the defensive rating. So I think that's what it is. I
Yeah.
think he's the one who's really helping his team defensively.
It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But then what happened on Sunday? Hold OKC to 93 points? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was
OKC,
told
I feel like
Yeah,
hasn't been
they're
playing
not
great.
playing their best basketball either, though.
Right. So I don't know. We have some theories, but we'll see how it shakes out tonight. I hope it's a lot of scoring early, and I hope D'Lo does his thing. Let's move over to OKC. They're facing the Pelicans. They opened up as a 1-point favorite. It hasn't moved. Still 1-point favorite. The total though looks like it's come down about 3.5 points to 223. OKC, and this is what I love the most about them. I know they're young, but you don't see people on that injury report every day. It's nobody on there today. For the Pelicans, Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, both out. This one is tough for me. I'm gonna kick it to you first.
So I split my money in half in this one. I put half on the Pelicans money line, half on the under 223 and a half. I do have some infographics to this one. If people want to see some more, I have a few. So let me share my screen here. Share screen.
UCapper says Thunder was in a sandwich spot for that last game, so maybe that's why they didn't perform.
So
There you
someone was saying
go.
the screen was still too wide. So what if I do it like this? All right. So there's just I like the matchup for the Pelicans, and I think if it wasn't for Sunday's game against the Bucks, that New Orleans would definitely be the move here. The reason I bet it light and put the other half of my money on the under here is because Oklahoma City just got blown out. They're coming off an embarrassing loss to the Bucks, but you got obviously we know Oklahoma City runs the shit out of the fast break. They run the fast break more than any other team in the NBA. They're first against top 10 fast break frequency, 16-8 against the spread for the Pellies. Pellies also against defenses that force a lot of turnovers. Pelicans, against defenses that foul a lot. Oklahoma City 27th in free throw rate defensively. New Orleans 10-2-1 against the spread against the bottom 5 teams at defensive free throw rate. So they have a very high hit rate against teams that foul. Also 8-2 against the spread against bad defensive rebounding teams. Against top defensive rebounding teams. And then everyone looks at right here, right? No one can run the fast break on the Thunder. This is the last one. I know these are boring. 9-1-1 against the spread. So here's a top 5 fast break defense. Pelicans 9-1-1 against the spread against top 5 fast break defenses. Some of those are pretty thin. But I like the matchup for the Pelicans, and I think the Pelicans are the move, but I don't know if I really want to go hard on this one with Oklahoma City coming off an embarrassing loss. It just feels like such a get right spot for them. So I'm comfortable on the Pelicans, but I'm glad that I don't have too much on it.
I hear you say that, but I'm trying to look it up as I talk. But I feel like this OKC team has been in a bounce back spot forever, and they're just
Right.
not
Yeah.
bouncing back.
Yeah. They're just not bouncing back. Yeah.
Well, at least against the spread, I'm looking at it. They've been winning games, so I guess in the point spread range that we have today could be a different story. It is the front end of a back to back for the Thunder. I wish I looked at who they play tomorrow. It's the 4th game in 6 nights for the Pelicans, and first game home after a long road trip. So that is usually a flat spot. I'll say this: if we like the Pelicans, you know what to do. You get in and get out because at the end of those games, it starts to become a headache and you start to sweat. But they've been very consistent in the first half. So I guess that would be a lean for me. Pelicans first half.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that Oklahoma City does have the Rockets tomorrow, but both of these games equally as important. So I don't know if that really moves the needle for me personally, but yeah, they do have a first leg of back to back for sure.
Do you care about Brandon Ingram missing right now?
Not really. I like Ingram. This hasn't been his best season. And as far as the matchups I like tonight for New Orleans, none of them would really be affected by Brandon Ingram being out. So no, that doesn't really move the needle for me.
All right, fair enough. And Zion, I mean, he has been balling since he became skinny Zion. So we'll see if he can keep that up today. Last game on the slate, we have 541, 542. Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings. Very important game today. See the Kings as a 1-point favorite. Total, the opener I have is 237 and a half. Currently, I'm looking at 233. As far as the injury report, Sasha Vasenkov is game time. Trey Lyles is out for the Mavericks. It looks like Josh Green is out, and so is Brandon Williams. What I'll say about this game, like I said, it's an important game, right? You look at the standings; they're both tied. They're jockeying for playoff position, etc. And when we have teams like this down the back end stretch of the season, you know that they're both teams are going to care, and both teams are going to come out with the defensive effort. It'll be played like more of a playoff game, and they've been playing under games anyway. Mavs have gone under 6 or 7. Kings 8 of their last 9. You look at both of these teams, both top 5 defensive rated teams last 5, and that's like a 360. not too long ago, the Mavs were just the worst defensive rated team in that 5 game span, and the Kings were too. So they've realized if they want to make this push at the end, it's going to start on the defensive end. Um, Mavs, the absolutely worst 3-point shooting team lately, last 5 games, I think around 25%. And both have been top 10 defending the three lately. So I think this all adds up for an under game. Do you agree?
Yeah, I bought it. I'm holding an under ticket. I think I got 233.5. So I guess I got towards the end of the movement there. I didn't really look at the game until this morning. So I didn't know I even liked the under till this morning, but I agree with you. As far as the side, though, I really want to get there with the Kings, to be honest. I know everyone's taking
Your favorite
Dallas
team?
this year. They have been a profitable team for me. So I know everyone is on Dallas here, and I think the reason for it is everyone's looking at these two teams' records on 0 days rest, and they're seeing Dallas 8-3 on 0 days rest, 8-3 against the spread. Sacramento is, sorry, I have it right here, 4-8. So you got Dallas 8. Both these teams on 0 days rest. Dallas 8-3 against the number. Sacramento 4-8. But the Kings started off the season with 5 straight losses. They were 0-5 against the spread on 0 days rest. So they're actually 4-3 in their last 7 on 0 days rest. So I don't think that's quite as big of an angle as people are giving credit for. And the way this new team, the way this Kings team is playing right now, this is a defense-first organization now. Since when? I mean, the Kings are second in overall defensive efficiency in the last 10 games, or I believe it's second. The Kings are playing some defense right now. And the way the Dallas has been playing, like Skee said, they're not shooting the 3-ball at an efficient rate. They're actually taking less of them as well. So this 3-point happy Dallas Mavericks offense that we saw all year, that's not what we're seeing right now. They're attacking the rim, and they've been pretty good at it. But that's not the strategy you want to bring into Sacramento, a team that can protect the basket. Ask the Lakers about the Kings giving offenses problems that want to get to the basket. Kings are good at that. So the way that these two teams are playing right now, I think the Kings are the move. Seriously, I think they win the game. That being said, as far as what my money is on, I'm with Skee. I'm holding an under ticket. I just really would like to also get there with the Kings.
Well, I disagree. For one, I think that if you just look at straight up and down, the Mavericks are the better team. They have the better stars, etc., whatever, however you want to say. And I think that the Mavericks have been playing better basketball than the Kings lately. Both teams are on a back to back. But not only that, the Kings' third game in 4 nights, fourth and six. I think it's more of an advantageous spot for the Mavericks because of that. And I just trust Luca and Kyrie more than I trust Fox and Sabonis. That's what it boils down to for me. So we'll disagree on the side, but with neither of us bet it, it sounds like.
Neither of us
And
bet it. Yeah.
we'll agree on the under, and we both have that in our pocket. So I like the sound of that.
Someone said, Sauce, don't bet the Kings. Famous last words,
two
man.
people. Two
Yeah.
people.
I'm about to pull it out and pull the trigger right now. Don't tempt me. Kings a bad play tonight. Don't do it, guys. No. I'm not gonna get bullied into it. But I want to bet the Kings. I'm this close to betting the Kings.
You know, there's still time. The line doesn't look like it's moving. I think you could think about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Kings did open 1.5 and it's down to 1. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see what RC has to say later.
Yeah, we'll let Ronald be the voice of reason here.
All right. Nice and easy, quick and easy. 4-piece for the slate today. So on that note, we will move on over to the best bet segment. And for you guys in the chat, shout out again to you guys yesterday. The best bets went 18-10. Like I always say, a lot of sharp guys out there in the chat. So people who've been here, you know what to do. New people, you'll see everybody dropping their best bets in the comments. There are 3 rules. Please just put best bet next to it so we know it's your actual best bet. Put the line or number that you're getting so it could be graded, correctly. And then no more than 2 best bets, just so one person doesn't outweigh too much of the group when we come back and look at the record tomorrow. So while you guys do that, I'm going to kick it over to my guy, Kyle. And I know we'll be on your show later at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The channel is Kyle Kirms, correct?
Yeah.
But is there anything else you would like to promote? And also, maybe one play for a best bet for the show?
As far as promote, the way I look at it in, say, the sports betting industry, that we're in like the same wing of it. Like picture the sports betting industry as like the footwear industry, and we are both in sneakers. So like, as in when I say that, we're both in responsible betting, handicapping the slate, long-term profits over time. And as long as people are betting like that, it's better for my show. So the more people that are betting smart and doing it the right way is the better it is for me. So I would just say follow people like Skee, people that do it the right way. It's not as matter of like follow me personally. It's just if more people are betting like that, it's better for all of us, in my opinion. And but yeah, as far as the best bet, I have some bets down tonight, but they're all small. If gun to my head, force me to take a best bet, I guess my favorite bet is the Bucks, but I have it at -8 and at 9.5. I'm not going to tell you to do that. So I guess I'll say Pelicans money line, but I don't know. With Thunder coming off like a 30-point loss or whatever that was, don't really love that either. So I don't really even have a best bet tonight, to be honest.
No worries. You've given already what you're on, and they can take it for what it's worth. Just know, I have to record or play back the tape. Kyle is just a tad bit scared of those Lakers, just a tad.
Yeah. No, it's just we're talking about 9.5 now in a line that probably should be 5.5, 6. So like
No,
if
I
I
get
like
it.
the matchup, I'm down to eat a few points, but like we're talking about like 3-4 points now. I don't know.
I get it. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Bucks are going to win by
um,
15 plus. It's just whether I want to say best bet next to it.
but we'll see. I like what Kyle said, and he's absolutely a person who does things the right way, and I enjoy capping with him. So appreciate you coming on. For my best bet for the show, I wish I could pull up. Here's what I'll say. My best bet for the show. I'm hoping you guys can get the same number I got, but even if you can't, I still like it. We're going with D'Lo over 7.5 assists. Even if it's 8.5, I still like it. Like I said, he averages 10.7 without LeBron out there on the court. If the Lakers are going to have any success, it's going to start with him running that offense. So, a rare player prop for my best bet, D'Lo up and over. And like I said, appreciate you, Sauce. I'll join you and RC in a couple hours. And for you people in the chat, you guys already know. Show is absolutely nothing without you guys. A lot of sharp cappers there, and we usually have a
Except
great time
Ronald.
here. Yeah, except RC. Forget that. But appreciate you guys. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all your action, and we'll see you guys in a couple hours.